Hey guys, I want to do a video today. I want to talk about what is a prepper. What is prepping? The reason I want to do this is because I get comments from people, and a lot of people actually in the gun community, but a lot of people who are outside of the gun community who just run across a stray prepping video here and there, and people have questions, and sometimes they're decent questions, and sometimes they're a little bit assholes about it. But in general, I think there are a lot of questions about preppers and prepping, and a lot of it comes from the fact that the way the media portrays preppers, I'm a firm believer at this point that even though I find some of it useful and a little bit entertaining, I think that shows like Doomsday Preppers ultimately have been worse for preppers in the public eye than they have done good. Obviously people watch it, but I don't think people watch it because they want to learn anything from it. They want to watch it and look at how crazy these people are because of how channels like the History Channel and Discovery and all these other channels and all these other media outlets just watch the news when they talk about preppers or survivalists or whatever. Same thing with the way the government uses these terms. It's all very negative. And so I kind of want to do a little video and talk about what is a prepper. What is it? And maybe people will find it useful. Essentially, a prepper is anybody who is just preparing to be a little bit more self-reliant just in case anything ever happens. Who knows? Now, it doesn't have to be any specific thing. Some people prep for, end-of-the-world scenarios, solar flares and asteroids. Some people prep for economic collapses. And then there are people like me, and I think the vast majority of preppers out there who just kind of prepare for a little bit of everything. Obviously the end-of-the-world stuff seems very drastic and seems a little crazy, but there is historical evidence that sometimes these things do happen. Sometimes economies collapse, countries fall, nations just, crumble. It does happen from time to time. And so I guess in a way being prepared for that kind of eventuality that, will eventually happen at some point, maybe hundreds of years from now, but at some point it will happen. I guess that's not a bad thing to prep for, because it definitely would be a devastating event if any of those things happen. But I think most people like myself mainly prep for things like natural disasters, economic problems, losing a job, whatever it may be. Just everyday things that happen all over the world. Every day people lose their job. Every day we see economic problems in one country or another. And every day somewhere on this earth there is a natural disaster that puts people in harm's way and destroys people's lives. These are all regular, everyday things that happen that we, as human beings, simply just have to deal with. And that's what being a prepper is about. But more specifically, what is a prepper, okay? Well, I argue that anybody and almost everybody, especially in this country, is a prepper to some degree. And that's really what it comes down to, is a matter of degrees, okay? In my opinion, anybody that has a spare tire in their car or buys health insurance or car insurance, anybody that has a few extra cans of food in case they don't get to run to the grocery store at the end of the week, those people are preppers to a certain degree. Really what being a prepper is just being a little bit more prepared for the eventualities in life that really aren't that pleasant. That's essentially what it boils down to. So when people ask, what is a prepper? The best answer is, well, probably you are.